Hey, you're watching Fat Man DD1, you dingus. Whatever he said.
Yo, this is your boy Fat Man. Welcome back. We're talking about, what is this guy, Atrioc? Okay, so some big ass drama has kind of happened with this dude has done something stupid, and his browser was open when he was scrolling online, and it showed a deepfake website, I guess when he was scrolling on the website he's about to say right now, and this is his apology from that. For some reason, I necessarily don't care, but it's so big that I want to add my 50 cent into it because everybody's like making it a thing. Let's watch it.
Stream to like create a pattern of behavior where I really want, especially women on Twitch, to feel safer. Like we call fucking booba spam cringe. We don't do that there. I've never made like a fucking weird, I don't know, seat sniffing joke. I've never done anything like that. I've never done anything like that on the stream. And we don't tolerate any sex behavior.
You know what fucks me up? This is his wife or his girlfriend in the back, and she's crying with him to show like the sympathy from a woman's standpoint. Plus, this looks bad on her, kind of. I don't get it. Like, it was a porn website. He had a deepfake website, probably a pop-up ad that you necessarily probably don't have to pay for, but people are now saying that he had to pay for that. I'm like, why would you put any of your actual information in a website that you fucking don't trust and might steal your information? That's fucking dangerous. But let's continue.
The chat, we ban it on site, and like I've done this consistently over and over and over, and then fucking at 2 a.m. You know, I've been watching
her in the back. Her in the back. Yes, you, honey, leave. It should just been him apologizing. Her apologizing with him makes him look like a man with no balls. Like at least apologize solely by yourself. Don't have to feel bad on his behalf.
I've been reading so much fucking AI stuff. I'm reading all this fucking stuff about AI and fucking deepfake music, deepfake art, and everything. And I'm in these fucking discords, and it just feels so embarrassing to me. But I was on fucking Pornhub, dude. I was on a fucking regular ass normal.
So he was on Pornhub. Number one, Pornhub has pop-ups even when you're on the computer. So he had pop-ups and pop-ups. And when you click on a porn video, it might go to a pop-up ad. It happens, right? Pornhub ain't really that secure of a website. Like, they try their best, and a lot of people are going to go to Pornhub to make, like, YouTube content and shit, but they can say and do more. Honestly, Pornhub could be a competition for YouTube. There's a lot of activity over there. That's neither here nor there. But other than that, if that's how that deepfake shit popped up on his computer, fine, coolio. Why is he apologizing for some shit that was a simple accident? We'll learn sooner in the video. Let's continue.
Website, and there was an ad. There's an ad on every fucking video for this fucking. So I know other people must be clicking it because it's on every fucking video for a fucking deepfake thing, and then stream.
All right, now we're gonna move on to Phil DeFranco's video where it had QTCinderella, which is Ludwig's girlfriend, kind of talking about the deepfakes because she's one of the people getting her likeness and face being used. So let's move on. So we're watching the Phil DeFranco video. We're going to kind of glance through this, but this is kind of if you want to learn the details of the problem, he tackles the problem that happened. So we're just going to fill you in on the whole Atrioc and the deep fakes and the why people are mad at Atrioc and then why people are mad at the deepfake website. Here we go.
Clip from a recent stream that Atrioc did.
What time is it where I am? What time is it PST?
Now for you, that may have seemed like a super random clip, though others may have noticed we intentionally blacked out part of the screen. And that's because in this moment where you're seeing all these random tabs open up, a number of users paused.
Okay, so these are all the tabs he had opened up. It was like all of the tabs. And right here in the middle, so he was watching YouTube, he was watching videos, he was doing whatever the fuck this is. He was doing a lot of shit. So he was multitasking hella hard here. And then this is the porn deepfake website. Honestly, personally, for me, I don't care. This nigga had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this 7, 8, 9, 10. Why do you have the same tab open up? So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 tabs open? Don't look like 17, so I might have miscounted. But he has a few of these tabs opened up, and he forgot he had a porn website opened up. That's on him. But honestly, I'm not making an apology video because I ain't got shit to fucking apologize for. Niggas watch porn nowadays. I don't care. But if it's deepfake porn, that's your own personal problem. You're paying for it. You're doing other shit. You are paying for these people to screen capture somebody's face and take a dick in it. It's crazy.
That moment and found that he had actually opened up a site that hosts deepfake porn of famous streamers, some of which Atrioc actually knows personally or at least is colleagues with in the community. Or some new deepfakes of streamers were even seen in his browser, but also the site hosts plenty more vile crap with other content creators as well. So you had tons of people saying things like, as an Atrioc fan, this is incredibly disappointing. Paying for AI deepfaked porn of your friends and colleagues is fucking gross.
Honestly, it's bad, right? It makes him look bad. But he said he clicked the tab open and a pop-up. I bet money was a pop-up ad. He was watching a video, paused it, and went to the pop-up ad. He was probably looking at the pop-up ad like, somebody looks familiar here. And then he moved the fuck on and didn't, like, close the ad. Because he had tons of pop-ups he doesn't close. Close your pop-ups if you're not using them. Just close your shit. Period. Like, this. He didn't have to make a video to apologize for it. Because people wanted him to apologize. I look at you as kind of a bitch nigga. Because that's none of your business. Yes, I had a pop-up ad of some porn I was looking at. Oh, it was deepfakes. So what? I wasn't paying for it. It just popped up. That's my fault personally. But everybody want to make it a big deal because he's a big streamer. Shut the fuck up. Good boy.
Especially after knowing that one of his friends has paid thousands to remove deepfake porn of herself from the internet. He fucked up horribly. With that last part referring to the fact that, yeah, at least one female streamer that's been involved in this situation opened up about previously shelling out tons of money to get this kind of stuff taken down. So we of content. And while we didn't see him specify this on stream, you do have some sharing what looks like a Discord message where he says that the video that he watched was not of someone that he knows, and that the images that people saw of streamers on his tab were from a default preview screen. But also that Discord.
Which happens. Which fucking happens. So, at this point, I have to backtrack, apologize, and tell you that I'm sorry for putting my foot in my mouth and fucking up a home computer that's open to the public, it seems like it. You fucked up. Yes, you fucked up. That happens. We all fuck up. I'm wearing a pajama shirt. So, that's why it looks raggedy. But when you fuck up, you fuck up. There's nothing you can do about it, right? But I'm not gonna open up a live stream, sit with my wife, cry, and apologize for some shit that I necessarily didn't do on purpose. There was no intent to do harm. There was no intent to harm anybody. There's no intent here to do any harm to anyone. People think he's doing bad because he was looking at something that was a pop-up of a video of he was watching somebody or something. Shit happens. That's not his fault necessarily. But yes, fine. Throw the blame at somebody when you feel like you want to throw blame at. I ain't casting stones. Because honestly, everybody's got something underneath the table. And I'm not looking underneath the table to see what the fuck you got. So I'm personally going to look at the glass house you in. I ain't going to throw my stone. I'm going to keep my shit. Because people going to throw stones at my glass house regardless if I got something or not. So at this point, I necessarily don't give a fuck. But it's very weird that he sat here with his wife, and his wife sitting there just reminded me of somebody, and I don't know who, but it's so fucking weird.
It was locked, so we weren't able to verify personally or see more of the context there. So I can't 100% confirm that that is really the case. Now with this, of course, you did have some chiming in, seemingly minimizing the situation, saying whatever, it's weird, but it's just porn.
I'm minimizing it, right, myself, personally. You, the viewer, and whoever else, don't look at this as, oh, but Fat Man's minimizing it. No. What I minimize is my own goddamn motherfucking business. I look at things as kind of a, okay, fine. It wasn't a big deal. He didn't pay for it. He's not the one that has been taking people's pictures and putting them on a fucking digital AI. He's not the guy doing that. He just stumbled upon it while looking at some porn. Now, is that his fault necessarily? No. Are you going to hold him to that higher standard? Why? I don't know the guy. And I'm not going to cast my stones at the guy in the first place. But it's nice to cause blame. It's nice to cut somebody in the fucking throat. It's nice to do these things. Because the internet, it's react first and then ask questions later. And then you probably never ask questions, never. You just be like, he's a fucking scumbag. Like, whatever.
In general, the backlash was absolutely massive because it was clear that he saw those explicit images of fellow streamers in at least some capacity, as well as he did admit that he watched some form of deepfake porn, which is often made without the permission of the person being deepfaked.
Okay. So he did watch somebody be deepfaked. He did. It wasn't none of his friends. That's on him. But also, pornography 9 times out of 10 is watching somebody get fucked. Now, if it was a total stranger, you're watching a total stranger be deepfaked and cloned onto someone's face, and it's fucking weird, and it's too much, right? He shouldn't have done it, but he did. Now, I'm a grown adult. I know right from wrong. Atrioc knows right from wrong. Half the internet knows right from... Let me not answer that question. But you shouldn't have did it. Yes, you should have did it, but you did. So he can't go back. I'm not apologizing to the internet for seeing my browser. I'm gonna be like, I ain't do nothing. Deny, nigga. Deny. I don't give a fuck what you saw. I don't give a fuck what you thought this was. Suck my dick. Suck my dick. I don't care. I would have been like, I don't care. What was on my computer? My dick in your mouth. That's what's on my computer, nigga. Mind your business. But thank you. Welcome to my stream. Like, that in itself would have been funny. But that's him denying and not going back to these allegations and these accusing. And personally, for me, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't have done it. Like, I've seen some deepfake shit just on pop-ups. And I'm like, this is kind of weird. Why is there a deepfake of iCarly girls sucking a dick? This is weird. And it's just a pop-up ad on Pornhub. And then you sit there and be like, who did this? Who took the time to do this? It's weird. But the person who buys it, excuse me, you took the time to put your card info in, think about it, get real horny, and then keep putting your card information in, name, expiration date. You were going hard. No. What the fuck is? Why? That's when you've lost me. That's when you've lost me, because you went that far. You didn't go from like 0 to 100. You went, what the fuck? Let's continue.
Which is why you had so many people saying things like, it's crazy to see the amount of people excusing Atrioc with the words, it's just porn, and adding it's fake porn using the faces of people who never made the porn in the first place, never consented to be used in porn, his colleagues, his friends who, I repeat, did not consent.
Yes, they did not consent, but it's still fake. It's not even porn. It's generated bullshit. Yes, his colleagues and friends did not consent, which is true. That part has already been taken, but now, if by law or court of order, if you can find these deepfake websites and find all of them, you can kind of sue them for promotion. Because you weren't promoting sex work. None of these people are promoting sex work. Some of them are just being used, and it is fucked up. Atrioc, personally, he's not a bad guy for this situation, I think. I think it's the attraction to whoever he was watching, right? And that's fine. It's sex. It's the human body. You lust and you want something. It's not a big deal. You have to control these urges, though, and he should push that to his wife, you know? That's why you have a wife. You know, it's like, hey, honey, let's watch this nice video. But that guy has a big black dick, and you just shut up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just go for her. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like,
And people adding all love for every single female streamer on the disgusting website. No one should have themselves be put on a deepfake porn website without their consent, and it's fucking disgusting at the men who are making light of this shit. Fucking despicable. And with this, we saw QTCinderella, which, by the way, as you may have noticed in this story, I feel like I'm trying to jump through a lot of hoops and go out of my way to not name all the people that are involved in this story. But to properly cover this and convey why this is such a big deal, it felt very important to include Cutie. Because not only is she one of the streamers who has been dealing with explicit deepfakes on that site, she's been very outspoken in general, but also spoke out regarding this instance, going live for a few minutes yesterday to speak publicly about how brutal it's been to constantly be exploited this way, constantly worrying about these kinds of massive violations.
Fuck the fucking internet. Fuck the constant exploitation and objectification of women. It's exhausting. Fuck Atrioc for showing it to thousands of people. Fuck the people DMing me pictures of myself from that website.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. You're DMing her pictures from said website? That's fucked up. That's not his fault, necessarily. But it's his fault he had it on his computer. Should have been on your phone. Honestly, should have been on your phone. But other than that, that's fucked up. He's not the guy sending her those things, but other people are. They're being assholes. Those are the mega internet troll that just wants to be in your asshole. Like, he's a troll that wants to see you destroyed. Those are the people destroying her life. Personally, I'm a little fucked up, but that's fucked up in general. Like, and I can be an A-grade dick when I want to be, but I'm honest, right? My honesty doesn't allow me to be a dick. Only if I don't like somebody and like a situation, I'm going to be a jackass. But I'm not going to troll you to this extent. People who do this are trying to self-destruct, destroy her. And look, personally, coming from a guy who's at a certain age, I look at things differently when I was growing up. I see it one way, but then I see the cause and effect. Why do people do this? Why do people take thousands and thousands of shots at her just to post it up on a fake internet porn website? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. But someone's getting paid, someone's getting money, someone's getting something from that because there's a market.
But they're also going on to condemn deepfake porn in general.
If you are able to look at women who are not selling themselves or benefiting off of being seen sexually, they're not benefiting, they're not selling it, they're not platforming it themselves. If you are able to look at that, you are the problem. You see women as an object.
I don't think you're gonna... Personally, as a dude, I'm saying this from my perspective. As a guy who loves women, nobody sees women as an object more than men who like women. Not as objects. You like women, you're being told you objectify women. Nowadays, the guys who are taking screenshots of your face across the internet and uploading them to a fucking AI generator to get fucked, those guys see women as objects. The guys paying for it see women as objects. Anything else further is like that. Someone like me who loves women, honestly, I love women, but I'm not going to pay for your OnlyFans. I'm not going to pay for deepfake AI videos. Honestly, I don't really care for most general look of sex work, but I'm not going to pay for it. I ain't going to tell you that I give a fuck necessarily, because I'm like, hey, listen, do what you want, personally. If you're a sex worker, fine. Real sex work is hookers and prostitutes, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. When it comes to this, these people are being used. They're being used and it's fucked up. And she's being used and abused, and you can't say nothing about it, right? But also, she's saying that most of the men online are motherfucking objectifying object lookifiers. And I sit here as a man and I say, well, damn, that's a powerful accusation. But she's mad. She's pissed. She has a right to be. And I can't tell her how to react and what to say. She's emotional. It is what it is. Just imagine if when a guy's balls gets like put on the internet, it's funny, but this type of behavior is extreme.
Should not be a part of my job to have to pay money to get this stuff taken down. It should not be part of my job to be harassed, to see pictures of me nude spread around. It should not be something that is found on the internet.
And with this also...
Honestly, I agree with her. And then I think Phil goes into other stuff, and then soon later we'll look at Ludwig, who has to talk about this.
that she's going to try to go after the person who made this website.
I promise you, with every part of my soul, I'm going to fucking sue you.
And later adding on Twitter, the amount of body dysmorphia I've experienced in seeing those photos has ruined me. It's not as simple as just being violated. It's so much more than that. And in response to all of that, we saw tons of people rightly supporting her, thanking her for being so open and vulnerable about this to raise awareness of a problem, especially in the face of anytime a woman speaks up about this, there's so much disgusting vomit that's tossed around at them, which also brings us...
Now we're gonna go into Ludwig. Oh, so Ludwig, at this point, my hair is all fucked up, is basically gonna kind of like talk to us and let us know what's happening, because he is the boyfriend of QTCinderella. Now, don't get me wrong, my hair is on fucking crazy mode right now, and I don't know why. I probably have to like tame this bitch today. But let's listen to Ludwig.
You know why you're here, so let's talk about Atrioc. Normally when I make a mogul mail, it's a pretty simple process. I just find a topic I'm interested in, I do research on the topic, and I give my take. That's it. But for the first time ever, I felt pressure to make this video. It hasn't even been 48 hours since Atrioc, one of my friends, was revealed on-stream alt-tabbing, which exposed that he paid for a deepfake porn website of streamers, of his coworkers, of pretty much every woman you can think of on Twitch or YouTube, my girlfriend included. Now, he did say in his apology that, you know, it was a video of someone he didn't know in real life, but I don't really think the nuance matters. Some people were mad at me in my DMs and they tweeted at me that I've taken so long to make this video, but I hope you get that I prioritized being a boyfriend to my girlfriend, who's had a very shit past couple of days, over being like mogul male guy.
I look at this as he's telling everybody, look, I'm gonna be a man before I'm an internet guy. And he can separate himself from this shit easily. When it comes down to it, he's telling niggas what it is, right? His girl matters the most. And I like the title, Atrioc. He's just letting niggas know. He's basically pointing the blame here.
Sat down to think of like, okay, what am I supposed to say here? What is my take? It didn't feel like there was any other take to have than the one being expressed by all the women online. So rather than tell you a random dude's opinion on all this, I figured I would just show you some of the tweets that I thought were poignant and powerful and read them together. Starting with Poki, who said, "Stop sexualizing people without their consent."
That would be true. But I'm not the guy to say this. I'm gonna be the guy to say this. The internet doesn't give a fuck. It's hard for everyone to just be like, shut the fuck up. Everybody is grown. Everybody has access to the internet. There's thousands and thousands of videos out there of you in explicit ways and non-explicit ways, and people are gonna take those out of context. YouTube has not solved the problem of the weird creepos on YouTube tagging watching kids videos. They never solved that problem. They never did. They never ever did. We made a complaint and YouTube never did shit about it. There are pedophile, weird motherfuckers on YouTube in the comment section or probably looking at videos of kids, and it's fucking weird. YouTube never solved that problem. Never did. There's pictures and there's tons of videos of Pokimane out there. Her getting up, moving, picking something up, anything. There's motherfuckers out there taking those photos and lining up in timelines. There's hundreds of Pokimane compilations of sexiness. Motherfuckers don't realize that. Yes, without your consent, you don't know those are real, but the internet doesn't give a fuck. Because men want to fuck you. They only see you as a sex object. That is fucked up. But guess what? That is the world we live in. When you stop pretending the world can be such a beautiful, gorgeous place, and it can sometimes, you have to look at those who just want to do stupid shit or for their own gratification of fulfillment. That's it. You can say these things. You can say these pretty words, but guess what? Motherfuckers don't care. Obviously.
That's it. That's the tweet. Which I don't really even understand how you would have a different opinion. If someone doesn't want to be sexualized and they don't consent to it, they shouldn't be sexualized. Next tweet was from Ray, who said it should be illegal to profit off of somebody's likeness in sex work without consent, whether it's...
But you can sue. If someone is using your likeness, you can sue them and say, well, I was posing in my bed and I was having fun with my boyfriend or something. This is on their website. Kanye West did the same thing when it came to photographers using his likeness. He said he was posing and showing off the clothes, and he sued them for his likeness. Now, that didn't really work out because they were the ones taking the photos. It's said that photographers who take any photos with their cameras, those are their photos. I'm a photographer. I've learned about this. If I take any photo with my camera, the data, the information, it's mine. It belongs to me. It's all mine. It doesn't belong to you. At that point, unless you're posing and doing anything, it's different when it comes to city photography. It's an open city, belongs to no one. You're taking landscape photos. That's different. When you're taking individual shots, this right here, if I shoot thousands of pictures of myself, I own it. Because also it's me and I'm posing for said photos. You know what I'm saying? That's it. But this will be different. If you could sue, but you can't. And the fucked up part is these people can use your likeness, which is even more fucked up because why? They just want to see you in these explicit ways because they, that's what I'm looking for, are hungry to see you do that type of stuff. It's really fucked up.
Or not. Talking about it will bring those sites more attention, but I hope this helps take a step forward in the right direction so that law can be made to protect people from being used in this way, which is a good point. Not only are these women not consenting, somebody is profiting off of them, and they're not consenting. Crazy. And to the second point about how it'd bring more attention, I feel a bit better about making this video now because the creator of this website took down the website. To be clear, he's still a weird, creepy piece of shit, but the website at least was taken down, so no one can, from this video, try to see what all was going on there. Next tweet is from
But she's still gonna sell.
He said, this story was how I found out that I'm on this website. I literally choose to pass up millions by not going into sex work, and some random Cheeto-encrusted porn addict solicits my body without my consent instead. Don't know whether to cry, break stuff, or laugh at this point. And I think, honestly, that's one of the biggest fuck-ups Atrioc did. Like, it is a fuck-up and a severe lapse in judgment to not only go to this porn website, but pay for this porn website. But then leaking it on stream caused a whole new world of harm. Because so many new people were exposed to this idea and then went out to seek what this idea was.
That's not his fault. What you're doing is you're throwing that blame. Perfectly fine, but what you're doing it is also on the half of your girlfriend and also on the other half of the fact that, oh, other people seen it because he's a big streamer and it's his fault. And through my perspective, he had, I can't even say lap in judgment. He did what the fuck he did on his own personal computer. He did not realize this was going to happen. There was no intent to do harm. There was no intent to hurt anybody. There was no intent at all. The only intent he had was personal pleasure and gratification. Right? That's fucked up. Whatever you want to say. But you can't sit here and throw that blame at him like he's the anti-fucking Christ. Like, for real, Ludwig. Yes, people in the past couple of days has this skyrocket. Deepfake shit has been getting bigger and bigger notoriety. It just is what it is. The internet's talking about it. YouTube's talking about it. Facebook. People are talking about it all the time. It just is what it is. You can't blame Atrioc, but you can because there's someone you care about and the fact that there's friends and colleagues that you work with that likenesses are being used. So I respect you on what you feel, but come back a little bit. This graph is cool and all, but okay.
To seek deepfake porn. Not only that, a bunch of women, because this was leaked, found out they were on the website. And if you don't...
How did they find that out? Because people tweeted at them or shared some shit of them. People took chances, right? I don't take chances. That's not happening with me. Is what it is. So, this is still fucked up. Because the website got notoriety. And, hey man.
Oh, my girlfriend and many other women pay sometimes thousands, tens of thousands of dollars a month just to make sure that, like, random photos of them being sexualized are not on the internet. They pay money, which is not part of their job description, just so that it doesn't exist. And it's a lot different, by the way, because I've seen this take float around. If it's a woman being sexualized, then a man. And I think you can probably understand, like, how that was created over the past couple of centuries of humanity, where, you know, my balls being leaked is a funny thing, and then a woman's boobs being leaked leads to, like, you know, a bunch of teenage kids, acne-faced kids jerking off. Right?
Listen, women are hotter than guys. We get it.
I think you can probably understand that. QTCinderella had a good point, something that most people wouldn't have perspective on. The amount of body dysmorphia I've experienced since seeing these photos has ruined me. It's not as simple as just being violated. It's much more than that. Because at the end of the day, it's a deepfake. It's not you, but also it's what this person who made the AI deepfake is, like, projecting on you, but it's not. It's weird. It's weird. Brooke said, seeing some awful takes regarding this deepfake situation. We're all real humans with real lives that are affected by situations like these. It goes much further than it's not real. Please have some compassion and think beyond it's not affecting you in any way.
Some people are going to feel sorry for you, but the rest of them are going to live their fucking lives. I'm sorry is not going to fix this. When other people want to do something, fine. If the FBI could have did something, they could have did something a long time ago. But they don't. Because they don't care. Because they know sex sells. Everybody knows sex sells. It's not even you, per se. It's a digital image of photos collected of you, as Ludwig just said. But it's still fucked up, yes.
Streamers are people. Streamers they are humans. And I feel like sometimes they get treated like actors were treated like a decade or two ago, where they're not people, they're the mega rich actor, you know, fake George Clooney or Jennifer Lawrence or whatever. But streamers are so much easier to access, one, so it's much easier to hurt them, and two, so many more of them. And they are not all rich, famous. Some are just doing it as the only job that they like and can do, and there's not a lot of humanity in the interactions that I see with streamers. Maya had a really powerful screenshot tweet here that said, in 2018, I was inebriated at a party, and I was used for a man's sexual gratification. She
talking about when... So none of y'all know who Maya is. Maya already came out of this drama with Mizkif and a whole bunch of other... Mizkif's boy Slicker. And Slicker and Maya were at a party. Maya became unconscious and inebriated at the party, and Slicker was checking her pulse to see if she was alive. Maya's some skinny little fucking girl. And Slicker checked Maya's pulse. He checked her neck, he touched her chest to see if her heart was beating. Her boobs are on her chest. It just is what it is. But they said he groped her chest, which I personally don't know. I personally don't care. But if he grabbed the titty, he grabbed the titty by accident. Allegedly. Slicker came out to say, I was checking her pulse, then deleted his tweet because he's like, no one's going to believe that. It just is what it is. Then he got kicked out of the OTK house, which him and Mizkif were best friends. And Mizkif was worried about Slicker's health and him getting canceled so abruptly because of this situation. Because of, what's his name? What the fuck was that dude? Trainwreck TV came out and said some shit when Miz was talking about gambling online. And Trainwreck used to gamble. Trainwreck, seeming like an altruistic motherfucker, came out and said, well, are you gonna send your goons out to steamroll me like you did Maya? And nobody steamrolled Maya. They just asked her millions of times, was she sexually assaulted? Does she feel like she was violated? In the moment, she said no. And then they asked her again, and they checked up on her to make sure if Slicker didn't do anything crazy. Do you feel like you were assaulted sexually? Do you feel like you were violated? She said no. That was it. That could seem as badgering the witness, but if she wanted to file charges, they say, you want to file charges? She was like, no, I don't want to file charges. And then Trainwreck coming out with that wasn't his business. But Trainwreck said it, it turned into a big thing. Maya had to go on stream and basically explain how she felt in the moment and explain how Slicker, what he did. She didn't feel like he did anything wrong, but then, you know, her mind was being changed as the years went through. This was 2018. This shit happened last year. Honestly, that was 2022. So a couple of years have passed, right? Not too many, but the fact that Maya brings this up, personally to me, and everybody got mad at Mizkif for hiding said information. Mizkif wasn't hiding or doing anything or sent anybody out there. He didn't do nothing, but people were mad at Mizkif because that's his boy. Personally, I don't give a fuck. If my friend did something, I'm going to find out if it's true or false. And if he says it's false, I'm sticking by him. Shit, I'll put the nigga under a lie detector before I kick the nigga out of my house. Slicker wasn't even streaming. Nothing really happened. At this point, even if he went to Maya and personally apologized, it didn't really matter because of the situation. What you gonna do? But let's continue.
Without my consent. Today I've been used by hundreds of men for sexual gratification, probably thousands, without my consent. The world calls my 2018 experience rape. The world is debating over the validity of my experience today. The debate over our experience as women in this is not, shockingly, amongst men. None of you should care or listen to what any male streamer's take is on how we feel. I founded a nonprofit animal sanctuary at 22. I've raised over $1 million for conservation at 24. I have created zero sexual content in my 3 years on Twitch. Despite this, my face was stolen so men could make me into a sexual object to use for themselves. If anyone doesn't think it's a big deal, that's my name in the headlines. where thousands of people are commenting on the sexualization of my body against my will. You're the problem. This situation makes me feel disgusting, vulnerable, nauseous, violated, and all these feelings are far too familiar to me. This is not your debate. Stop acting like it is.
Listen, it's not a debate. It's a argument, a fight. I can't tell. A lot of people, take this gum out. A lot of people are looking at this as it's not my fault or my problem, but I want to add my sense into it, right? Simple as that. The women being used on these sites, apologies, right? Is what it is. Some men fucked up and they used your likeness. Can you go back? Can you change that? Honestly, at this point, you can't. Can you sue and try and spend so much money to get your likeness off? Yes. Should you? No. You are regular people who make internet content, who make money off of it. Personally, it's fucked up. Now, when she said there's men out there that stop the validity of women and they chastise them for whatever the fuck, yeah, there's guys out there that kind of look at women nowadays and just be like, I don't believe you. That's perfectly fine. You don't have to believe her. Some men don't, some men do. It's a 50-50 chance at this point. It's the internet, because some people lie, Maya. I'm sorry to say that. Some people lie. And those women who lie fuck up the credibility for all women. The same way all men do some fucked up shit, fucks up the credibility for all men. Most men fuck up, it's gonna fuck up all men. That's why women get screwed. They say fuck men, fuck all men. You lumping everybody in one group. Women do that all the time. If a man gets fucked up, it's like, fuck that bitch. That one bitch. Not fuck all women. Men don't do that. It's different. Women do lie. Men do lie. We all need to be accountable for those actions. But when a woman lies, a man gets fucked up. And if a man lies, he might still get fucked up. Our society is very double standard that way. It's hypocritical as shit. We're not created equal in those regards, period. And that's just a true fact. But at this point, it's still messed up, right? That someone is using your likeness. I would hate it if somebody used my likeness. But at the same time, I just be like, well, that's not me. That's not my body. I can't do nothing about it. And I shrug my shoulders and move on with my life. Personally, me. You're different. Try something, try hard as you can. Stop the bullshit. Let's continue.
Which might solicit some reactions from, like, guys watching, which is not all men, not me. And, like, yeah, like, congrats. The bar was on the floor, but you weren't a weird fucking creeper. But you could also, like, understand that it's almost always a man. Like the dude who made the site, a man. The dude who leaked the site and paid for it, a man.
Yes, but he is the majority of a guy. He's part of men, yes. But he's some of those guys. Some guys. He's a some guy. Most men. He's the most. He's one of those guys. You can't blame everybody. That's the point. That's why men, when women say fuck all men, men look at a girl and be like, damn, like, that kind of hurts. Not all men are bad. Well, some of y'all, then you change that fucking tune to some of y'all or all of y'all. And in reality, Ludwig, yes, it's fucked up. The situation is fucked up. But don't be one of these people that lump everybody in. Yes, a guy created a website. Guys are looking at the website. But that's some men, not all. And this is what it is. It's gonna always be what it is. Some women are stupid, crazy assholes. Other women are sane and logical. Is what it is. We all think with our willies.
One who probably from that leak paid for the site, also likely men. Like disproportionately to women 100 times over. And I feel like it's okay to acknowledge that and use that information positively.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to end with this Medium article written by Josie, which I thought was really poignant, which said, Atrioc apologized for viewing the deepfakes, and maybe he was telling the truth when he said it was a one-off mistake. A rabbit hole he tripped and fell down, I don't know if that makes it better. Doesn't matter. Is morbid curiosity a valid excuse for violating the privacy of people you know? How many women were unknowingly used as feature models on the site? Does the apology make up for sending an army of men to stare at every single woman on the site? QT had a good analogy. Yeah, of course, he did not mean to send an army of men to this site. But you also don't mean to get into a car crash. That still doesn't mean that it's not a fucked up situation and that the pain from that car crash hurts. ultimately, it's not really.
That's understandable, but he didn't mean to do anything, and there's no harm in consent. Period. Point blank. Right? But now there's more harm than good.
About Atrioc. He's just another man partaking in the problem. It's about men feeling entitled to every part of a woman online and the desire to consume so much that they are willing to rob women of their personhood. It's about the men who will defend him because they see nothing wrong with viewing women as solely vessels for their pleasure. It's worth reading all of that. I'll put it in the description.
I ain't doing that.
And any more of the tweets from the women who are streaming or who are on this website or who are part of what happened here. I don't want to like be a defender of Atrioc, you know, like that's not what I want to do. Like I do believe, maybe naively, as the guy who's been scammed for $50,000, that he isn't like a shitty, seedy person who's like secretly jacking off to my girlfriend. Like I don't think that's that guy. I think he fucked up. But sometimes, like, that's enough. Like, one fuck up is enough. And like, I just hope from here, he just takes all the steps and all the actions, you know, to make it better. Like that there's some good that comes out of this because of the guilt, the remorse he feels, and how he views himself in trying to show he is the man that he thinks and maybe I believe is still in him. He wrote his own tweet about how his apology on Twitter, how he's stepping down from off-brand to take time offline and to take these steps. You know, time will tell and show the actions that he takes, if they're fruitful, if they're not. I'm not going to show it because really this is about the women. I was just a vehicle for you to read all those tweets. There's the take. I feel like that's the only take to have. I don't know how you would have another one, but thanks for watching.
Listen, let me give you my final sense in this long ass video. I feel like honestly, Atrioc fucked up. Yes, he fucked up, but personally, that was on his own time and his own business, and he didn't realize his computer was going to be open to the whole world. That's how life is. Now, is it fucked up that all these YouTubers are being used in their likeness and their face? I already said this. Yes, it's fucked up. But personally, let me know what you think. If you find more information out there, if you watch all the other videos, go do your thing. This is your boy Fat Man. Remember to never give up, never surrender, and keep on grinding. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, hit the icon. I appreciate you. This is a long-ass video. And if you stood here for the end of this video, put a 1 in the comment section. Because I'm sorry. Ooh! I'm sorry. And jack off responsibly. Get out of here.
Shit.
Getting on drum.
When's the last time?
You little niggas gonna stop acting like my shit ain't the grill.
When's the last
Some of
time?
you niggas get your front teeth for grills. And I ain't talking about the contract. I
Ain't loving these fake hoes. Room smelling like 8 switches. Room service like 2K. NBA, I'm ballin', nigga. All them niggas fallin' like autumn, nigga. Talking shit, I saw them niggas. Now they daughter want a picture. Rough, ain't it? Fuck famous.
Yeah, man.
Niggas too real, got the most haters. Wrote a story, so Stephen Curry. How it feel to be golden.